제발.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter.
아, 나 너무 지쳤는데.
Irving kicks to Raiders. They set the pick.
야! 아, 속 터져.
As it is to be.
아, 속 터져.
Finger roll.
아,
It's a 5-point Wizards lead.
아, 계속 터져. 아, 미치. 미쳤어, 진짜. 그거 어떻게 그럴 수가 있지?
Against Wall.
아니, 다 달라니까, 그냥. 그럴 거면은.
Now here is Irving. He's guarded closely.
그럴 거면 나는 달라고, 진짜.
Here's Beal.
아, 팀 바꿀 거야,
Offensive
진짜.
rebound.
친구야, 이거.
Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Cavaliers have gotten just
나
35%
진짜.
attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Then it kicks to Raiders. And another miss by Cleveland. For Washington, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Paxton and Ney. Ariza outside.
아,
Back to
진짜
Nene.
한맛 다 떨어진다.
Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 to shoot. It's Wall with the drive. And there's the call on
아,
Kyrie Irving.
파울까지 해. 와.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
아, 겁나냐. 하기가 싫다.
(16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seraphin the pass to Wall.
아,
Smooth as
어떻게
silk
이렇게 못
on the
막아요,
finger roll.
얘네들은. 아,
And the
아니야.
Wizards lead by 9.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, that killer instinct came right out.
And so
아, 뭐 이렇게 져. 뭐야, 이거 뭐가 잘못 눌렀어.
once the Wizards with the double.
Rough game at the line for the team tonight. Obviously, you came out on the losing end, but how much did your poor free throw shooting play into that?
Just because I'm losing doesn't mean I'm lost.
이골이
Hey,
나요,
man,
진짜.
I just wanted to sit down and talk for a minute. You know, this losing thing has really been tough for all of us, and I know you have to think long term as well, but if there's any way we could get some immediate help, we could really use it, man. Really.
Yeah, we're all in this together, and trust me, the losses aren't easy for any of us. I've been looking at some potential moves we might make, but I certainly trust your opinion. Do you have some suggestions of players we should target?
영입이요? 우리 포인트 가드 좀 슈팅 가드라. 우리 가드 좀 잘하는 애들 좀 진짜.
Definitely some good names there. Let me see what I can do.
공격에서 제 역할이 너무
Hey,
작아요.
man, I just wanted to talk to
아무도 저한테 패스를 안
you.
해줘요.
I feel like
제가
I
아무리
do a lot more
센터여도
than this.
그렇죠.
My scoring is something that could really help us, but I just need the ball in my hands a bit more often.
Well, that's really a strategy decision. I would say you should talk to Coach first about that, but just between you and me, I'll ask him about it. I do think you're doing a good job offensively.
No doubt. All right, well, thank you. And good talk, man. I'll see you later.
For right now, we need everyone focused on this upcoming game against the Hornets. Best of luck out there.
Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need. Want you to see everything. Want you to see all of the lights. Fast cars, shooting stars, all of the lights, all of the lights. Until it's taken, step it where we are. All of the lights. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life.
쉬운 포지션이 뭐 포인트 가드라는데 포인트 가드가 도저히 저랑 안 맞아요.
Something wrong. She called the feds. I
신발 이쁘게 신어야지.
and spent that bread. I'm headed home. I'm almost there. I'm on my way, headed up the stairs. To my surprise, I had to take them to that ghetto university. The lights, top lights, flashlights, spotlights, strobe lights, street lights, flashlights, flashlights,
다음 어디야?
rock life every night.
Lights in here, baby.
아, 저는 3점 점프 그런 걸 못 하겠던데 3점 슛을 넣을 줄을 몰라요. 완전 깨떡
We've
같아요.
got basketball action from New Orleans.
뉴올리언스야?
Home of the Pelicans here on 2K Sports.
얘네 잘하는 팀 아니에요?
Edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. And guys, taking a look at Kyrie Irving. What do you think we'll see from him today?
You know, the thing about Irving is that he's got great pace to his game, Kevin. When he comes down the lane, it looks like he's in slow motion, but he's really not. He's just collected, he's poised, and he's got really strong legs, so he can get wherever he wants to go.
팀에서 주전이긴 해요.
While up in the air, Kyrie can go on and finish anyway. He's deceptively strong and really has a great IQ. You just don't see that kind of composure from a player who's as young as he is.
Take a look at the Cavaliers. They've hit a rough spot here early, but still have plenty of time in their season to find their way out.
You know, I think for the Cavaliers, they found themselves in the playoff picture here in the early going. This is not something most people expected, but here they are, making noise.
They're showing signs of life this season, Clark, and after a tough season a year ago, some definite optimism. Question is, just how good can this team become?
If you're in the Western Conference and don't want to finish near the bottom, you've got to be able to rack up some wins against the East. And New Orleans, with a young team that's trying to find itself, just didn't have a good record against the Eastern Conference.
Back to Holiday from outside the arc. Tries again. Here's Davis. And three chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Earlier I spoke with Mike Brown. He said a big factor
Okay.
is how well they limit penetration
좋아,
by
좋아.
Tyreek Evans. He said he's so unique in that he's so big and so strong and also tremendously slippery and elusive off the bounce. But we've really got to cut off his right hand and then dare him to shoot over the top. I'd rather he have a wide open look from 18, 19 feet than a clear lane to the rim any day of the week. Kevin, the marching order, pretty clear cut.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Well, Clark, you spoke about the Pelicans' record against the East last season. They were just 12 and 18, and that was the second worst mark for anyone out west.
Well, you could see they were
야, 뭐야?
at times, unsure of themselves.
방금 뭐 한
Just
거니?
didn't have enough talent, enough belief in themselves, and it showed. Anytime they went
아,
on
나
the road,
진짜
West
스트레스.
Oregon, it felt like they were in some trouble.
너무한 거 아니야?
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to the Wizards.
You know, they didn't exactly roll over. They had a good chance to win in that game. It just didn't come together for them at the right time.
Hey, the all-around effort was very solid, but they're not interested in moral victories. A loss is a loss.
Just 5 on the clock. Irving. You know what? Good D by Holiday.
There were a lot of questions as to whether Anderson would be as effective coming off the bench as he was as a starter, but he showed
아,
that no
너무해,
matter how he's
진짜.
used, he can come in and hit from deep.
아이, 왜 이렇게 갈수록 못해져, 얘네들. 어떻게 하면 좋아?
Outside Irving.
아니, 봐봐.
The dish to
저래.
Bennett. And there's the pass to Boss.
아, 내가 골을 못 넣어. 더 웃긴 건.
Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last
나도
one
안
here
들어가.
tonight. And for the Pelicans, a nice front court rotation with Anderson and Anthony Davis. And you get offense and Steve defense.
Yeah, still young. Pelicans have gotten a lot of phone calls about Ryan Anderson, no question. He is coveted around the league, but they consider him a key piece of this young roster, particularly putting him around Anthony Davis to keep defense off of him.
황당하다, 황당해.
Pass to Evans. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 8 points for Tyreke Evans.
He is remarkably hot this quarter. He has yet to miss a shot.
They set the screen. They need this one. Shot's good by Waiters.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Back to Holiday. Passes it to Gordon. Gordon off a pick from Anderson. Jumper off the screen. And he wheels that one in. Sinking right through off the rebound.
저게 또 들어가요.
Positive opening quarter for
말이
them. The
되는
shots
거예요.
have been falling.
You know, the shooting percentage would be nice if it stayed right there, but that's going to be tough to do.
Now here's Waiters.
나 줘, 나 줘.
Last game out he had 14.
나 줘.
Irving dishes to Waiters.
나 달라고.
Gordon with the defensive end.
날
Well, he
줘야지.
won't miss many of those,
이게 왜 그
especially with
나쁜
the
패스를
defender not in the
줬는데.
best of positions there.
He kicks it to
진짜
Holiday.
말이 안 된다.
Anderson outside. Waiters grabs the miss. Waiters got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, one of the struggles for a young team is figuring out how to win on the road. And winning on the road is not just execution, it's preparation and mindset. And young teams struggle to put that together, and the Cavs were certainly a team that struggled with that.
And let's focus briefly on an area we often overlook. Point guard rebounding.
아, 나 벤치 갔더니 2점 차로 줄었네. 꽤 힘내고.
Irving kicks to Bennett. There's a screen. Dellavedova pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his
은슬쩍
way.
밀어뜨리기.
And this game is tied up now. For the Cavaliers, being young was a big problem, and not having much luck with injuries was another. But Steve, it can be tough to score points when you're on the road, and they struggle with that in a big way.
Well, they would end up in the bottom 5 in scoring last year while on the road, and that did them no favors. And defense, I mean, that was another issue. They couldn't stop anybody. So you combine bad offense, bad defense, going on the road, you're in some trouble.
Anderson and Davis, they're in the middle. Tyreke Evans out there with Brian Roberts. And it's Miller in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. New Orleans making a switch here. Gordon's checked in.
Well, the Cavs really didn't have a lot of players that demanded attention on defense last year. Really, just Kyrie Irving. And when he was out, their offense had no punch.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Boss in their last game out against the Wizards ended up having a lot of trouble. He
아,
notched a
진짜
few points and
못한다.
also did some work on the defensive end by swatting away a few shots. He had just a really rough shooting night, and the rim seemed to have a lid on it for him. We'll see if the lid's been lifted here, guys.
Doris, thanks. And Clark, we all know he wants to come out here and move on.
And you have to, Kevin. I mean, last game was last game. You got to forget about it. Tonight's a whole nother story. And we'll be watching how he approaches it.
That's one of the biggest things in the NBA. 82 games, you're going to have some bad ones. So how you respond to adversity really defines you as a player.
Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Bennett. He tries for 3. Another
오,
3
들어갔다.
for Cleveland.
좋아, 좋아,
And for the
역전.
Cavs, Cleveland managing just 6 wins out of the 30 games they had out of conference.
Well, when you can only win 6 games against the West, I mean, there's a pretty good chance you're going to finish at the bottom of the East. I thought injuries really derailed the Cavs season, but they weren't ready to go out on the road and beat better Western teams. Too many young
오, 좋아, 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 좋아. 그렇지. 아, 헤이. 좋아, 좋아.
Not sure what he was thinking there. That's embarrassing.
You think? I mean, come on now. Doesn't he realize there's a game going on here?
빠져.
Irving passes to Boss.
그렇지.
Now it's a 4-point
이거지, 이거지.
Cavalier lead.
After that ragged first quarter offensively, they're finally picking up some ground here in the second.
And you know, Steve, we talk about it all the time. Basketball, especially the NBA game, a game of runs. On their offense right now, on an uptick.
Evans kicks to Roberts. The
아니,
basketball
정신
offense
나간
is
투고를 허용시키면
Roberts
어떡해.
got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Time now to get a glimpse at where the Cavaliers are in the NBA rankings while it's still early in the season. First and lowest turnovers a game. 5th in three-point field goal percentage. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And what's most impressive out of all those numbers, Clark, is the few turnovers that they commit. Because now all of a sudden you're executing, you're putting a lot of pressure on the defense because they know they're not going to force a lot of steals and get out of
보셨습니까?
transition
이게 어시야.
points.
Gets it to go.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
He feeds it to Evans. Here's Davis. And Luol
Okay.
pulls it down. Last game in New Orleans,
맞아,
they
맞아,
picked
맞아.
up the win against the Utah Jazz.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense
좋아, 좋아. 그래, 그래. 이렇게
That's
가자.
exactly
이렇게.
what happened when a team
이렇게
continues to
벌려놓자,
attack the
점수차.
goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
And it's Gordon penetrating. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Gordon. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. The weekend is finally the Sprint.
우선들 추천하고 즐겨찾기
Presented by
감사합니다.
Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Bennett. 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
The second half underway, and here's who Mike Brown's got on the floor. Irving and Waiter as the guards. Bennett is out there with Boss, and it's Dang in at the 3.
Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. And I like the new look uniforms, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
Pulls up, and there's
Okay.
another one for the Cavaliers. Pelicans trailed by 4. And Holiday kicks to Evans. Outside Gordon. Dishes it to Holiday. Back to Gordon. From deep. Can't get it to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. You know, Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the
아니 그걸 뺏기면
My
어떡해?
personal favorite was the Rugaloo. I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go.
Clock at 6. Holiday dishes to Davis.
에잇!
And he slams it one-handed. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to pull out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is on it.
패스 절대 안 줘요.
You know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just
오,
lay it up.
좋았어.
I mean, he threw it down with force.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, Tyreek Evans is now on a new team in New Orleans with a brand new 4-year contract. The former Rookie of the Year in Sacramento, but some of the Kings felt he hadn't developed the way they had hoped. Clearly, the Pelicans felt differently. They hope to vie for a playoff spot this season
오, 좋아.
with Evans' versatility and
달려라.
ability to play multiple positions. He said,
그렇지.
winning. Adding that whether
이거
it's
어시 안
starting or
주나요?
coming off the bench in a Manu Ginobili type role, he's on board. Guys,
He's done a great job. Thanks, Doris. Evans against Dang. Evans passes to Davis.
Another rebound, gobbles up. They are pounding the boards.
And a big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well.
Irving, defended by Gordon. Irving drives in. Double clutches. Cannot hit. Great tee that time from Davis.
Well, for those of you who've been sleeping or under a rock for the last few years, Anthony Davis, the #1 pick of the 2012 NBA draft, is 6'10", with a 7'6" wingspan. The all-time NCAA freshman record holder for blocks in the season and a potential superstar big man in the NBA.
Evans. Some solid defense there from Irving.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Holiday with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Good. 11 points for Tyreek
저거
Evans.
호흡시키네.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
아 이기고 있다
yes,
다행이다.
Kevin, Mike
괜찮고
Brown was just
왔는데도.
going over the plan with his team. His
와 이대로
message,
유지시키자.
don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin, he's trying to keep them focused.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Evans and Anderson, the forwards. Backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. And it's Aminu in at the 5 down low.
Drew Holiday established himself as an elite player in a breakout year. When the team decided to move Iguodala, they were looking for a leader, and their young point guard stepped right into that role.
And for Drew Holiday, with the departure of Iguodala and Lou Williams, the ball was in his hands a lot more last season. And of course, as we know, he made his first All-Star game appearance.
Well, he really produced, Kevin. I mean, he upped his scoring, almost doubled his assist, received a lot of votes for most improved. And you mentioned the All-Star game. I mean, he's just 23 years old.
Very good point. Bennett kicks to Dang. Waiters. Moves back up. And he
Okay.
sinks the layup.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Pelicans trailed by 5. And Holiday kicks to Evans. The feed to Gordon. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Waiters got 6 rebounds now in the game. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
This might not be a marquee matchup by NBA standards, but it holds, I think, a little bit of appeal. They split this season series a year ago.
The shot by Irving.
보셨습니까?
And the Cavaliers getting another right there.
Nice kick out after the
이거야,
defense had
이거.
collapsed on him.
좋아 좋아.
Pass to Evans. He's covered by Dang.
나한테 공을 주라니까. 내가 골문을 열어준다고. 애들이 나한테 공을 줄 줄 몰라.
Feeds it to Aminu. He dishes it to Gordon. Gordon off a pick from Anderson. Shoots off the screen.
오케이 오케이.
And the shot clock
그렇지.
expires. 24-second violation. Now look at the Cavaliers' upcoming schedule. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs.
패스
That will
잘해요,
conclude
저.
their brief 2-game road trip.
You know, I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that Spurs game. Should be a good one.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Al Farouk Aminu. Dang dishes to Waiters. He passes to Boss. The kick out to Dang. He feeds it to Waiters.
아, 좋아.
And
오, 좋아, 좋아.
Well, even though they did split those two games, there wasn't a whole lot of drama to the series given the struggles, Clark, that each team went through.
Yeah, you know what? The networks were not clamoring to put these teams on the marquee. That's for sure. These games were being hidden, if you will.
오예,
And that's out
오예.
of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the New Orleans Pelicans. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their
갑자기
show to
프리스타일
the
하고 싶다.
AT&T Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Davis.
오!
The finger
Ah,
roll finish at the
no.
bucket.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
Irving against Holiday. Irving misses.
아, 이걸 놓쳐.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Outside Holiday. Back to Gordon. There's the dish to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Great open look there.
짜증나.
And now it's just a 4-point Cavalier lead.
I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. When he can play off of his teammates and find openings on the perimeter, just catch and shoot. Got a quick release. Beautiful stroke.
He does such a nice job of getting himself squared up and in perfect position before the ball gets there, preparing before the pass.
A nice shot by Irving. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
Gordon kicks to Holiday. Evans, right side. With the lead pass.
아, 뭐야.
Here's Davis.
아, 뭐야.
The basket good on
아,
the
뭐야, 이게. 아, 여기서. 잠깐만.
That's 9 points for Anthony Davis.
I like the way they got the ball inside.
아, 여기서 내가 실수를 하다니.
1:56 left to play here in the fourth. Now here's Waiters, defended by Gordon. Then it kicks to Waiters. Dang up top. 6 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Irving. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Outside Gordon. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Back to Davis. And the layup's good off the glass. Davis has got 10
안 돼, 안 돼.
points
아,
here in the second half.
생각하면 안 된다.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Bennett the pass to Irving. There's the pick. And the pass to Waiters. And the
Okay.
officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
이긴다, 이거.
Free throw, good Waiters.
They're going for the throat now. A few more trips like that one, and we might be able to put this one in the books.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Davis.
아, 그렇지. 블로킹.
And here is Irving. It's
아니, 뭐야, 뭐 한 거야, 뭐 한 거야. 뭐 하는 거야,
Here's
얘들아.
Holiday. Kicks it out to Gordon. Puts up the tray. Money.
아,
And he has
넣어버리네,
brought them to
저거.
within
어차피
2
게임은
points.
이겼습니다.
Oh, that is a massive
That's
shot.
You know it is. He's stepping right into the spotlight.
Holiday against Irving.
나 줘.
Pass to Bennett. Pass to Waiters. Shot clock at 5.
나 줘.
Puts the lead pass in front of him.
아이, 마무리
from
좀
Barnes.
못했네.